Hello, folks. Today I'm going to talk about why most of us fail to achieve certain goals in life. As 2022 is coming to an end, I am sure most of you must be thinking about a new list of New Year resolutions. You made a similar list last year too, but you did not fulfill even one item in that list. I know what your inner voice is saying right now. This year will be different. I will fulfill all my New Year resolutions. I will learn Spanish. I will learn swimming. I will lose weight. I will buy a house. I will spend more time with my family. Blah blah blah. Within the first few weeks of January, you will stick to your resolutions and then you will forget about them. Why is this happening? What is wrong with you? To know why we fail to achieve the goals, first we must know about habits. Most of us never think about habits, assuming that habits are something that only disciplined people would stick to. Wrong. To understand what a habit is, first we must look at the definition of habit. A habit is a routine or practice performed regularly. It is an automatic response to a specific situation. Our life is nothing but a collection of habits, both good and bad. Our quality of life depends on the quality of our habits. Why small habits make a difference? The big misconception about achieving goals is that we assume there will be a big, massive change in your behavior all of a sudden. You would assume that some big defining moment will come and you will become a better and different person from that moment. But this happens only in movies. Example, Jadoo in Koi Mil Gaya gives superpowers to Hrithik Roshan and he will become a hero. But reality is different. No one would grant us superpowers to transform ourselves in just one day. So, the only way to achieve our goals is to make small improvements on a daily basis. 1% improvement. If you improve yourself by 1% every day, by the time the year ends, you will be 37% better. If you get worse by 1% every day, by the time the year ends, you will be down to 0. Tiny improvements aren't particularly noticeable, but they are far more meaningful in the long run. Habits are the compound interest of self improvement. The same way money multiplies through compound interest, the effect of your habits multiply as you repeat them. Let us consider an example. Suppose you want to lose weight. You have decided to spend 40 minutes each day in running. After 1 week, you look in the mirror and feel bad because you did not notice any change. You would continue running for 3 more weeks. Now you use a very small change. You will see a very small change in your body weight. Here, some people get disappointed and give up. You feel like you have put so much effort and the result is too small. But if you stick to your habit of running for at least a year, you will notice a considerable change in your body weight. This is the result of tiny improvements over long periods of time. The impact created by change in your habits is similar to the effect of shifting the route of an airplane by just a few degrees. Imagine you are flying from Mumbai to Delhi. If the pilot changes the heading just by 3 degrees, you will end up in Kanpur instead of Delhi. Such a small change is barely noticeable at takeoff, but when magnified across India, there will be difference of hundreds of kilometers. Remember, life is the outcome of your habits. Each and every task we do in our daily life is a habit. Your weight is the outcome of your food habits. Your net worth is the outcome of your financial habits. Your knowledge is the outcome of your learning habits. Good habits make your life beautiful. Bad habits make your life miserable. Imagine that you have an ice cube sitting on the table in front of you. The room is cold and you can see your breath. It is currently 25 degrees. Slowly, the room begins to heat up. 26 degrees, 27, 28. The ice cube is still sitting on the table in front of you. 29 degrees, 30, 31. Still nothing has happened. Then 32 degrees. The ice begins to melt. A 1 degree shift, seemingly no different from the temperature increases before it, has unlocked a huge change. Why so? This is called breakthrough movement. Breakthrough movements are often the result of many previous actions which build up the potential required to unleash a major change. This pattern shows up everywhere. Cancer spends 80% of its life undetectable, then takes over the body in months. Bamboo can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds extensive root systems underground before exploding 90 feet into the air within 6 weeks. Similarly, habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold and unlock a new level of performance. You expect to make progress in a linear fashion, and it's frustrating how ineffective changes can seem during the first days, weeks, and even months. It doesn't feel like you are going anywhere. It's a hallmark of compounding process. The most powerful outcomes are delayed. This is one of the core reasons why it is so hard to build habits that last. People make a few small changes, fail to see a tangible result, and decide to stop. You think, I've been running every day for a month, so why can't I see any change in my body? Once this kind of thinking takes over, it's easy to let good habits fall by the wayside. But in order to make a meaningful difference, habits need to persist for a long time. Complaining about not achieving success despite working hard is like complaining about an ice cube not melting when you heated it from 25 to 31 degrees. Your work was not wasted, it is just being stored. All the action happens at 32 degrees. When a stonecutter hits the rock with his hammer perhaps 100 times without causing even a single crack, yet at the 101st blow it will split in two. Here we should notice that it was not the last blow that did it, but all the previous blows that had gone before it. The outside world only sees the most dramatic event rather than all that preceded it, but you know that it's the work you did long ago when it seemed that you weren't making any progress that makes the jump today possible. It is the human equivalent of geological pressure. Two tectonic plates can grind against one another for millions of years, the tension slowly building all the while. Then one day, they rub each other once again in the same fashion they have for ages. But this time, the tension is too great and earthquake erupts. Change can take years before it happens all at once. All this information that I have told you is from a book called Atomic Habits. It's a very good book. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Whatever I have told you is from lesson 1 of Atomic Habits. I want you to read this book. I mean, if you want to know in detail about how habits work and if you want to change your lifestyle, then I suggest you read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Of course, I will be discussing some important topics that are mentioned in this book in the coming videos. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.